let me say this. Let me say this because I've heard all of y'all talk. Well, I want to hear Carrie first. Carrie, what are your thoughts?
I think that she's horrible. I think that it's not even fair. I too, Litsa, I've never heard of this guy before until just now.
How are
Um,
y'all niggas not hearing about Terence Crawford? That's
Cause
crazy.
I got 4 kids. I homeschool. I'm married. I got other stuff I'm doing. So, um,
Mm,
I think
that's-
that it.
Talk to him, Carrie.
I think that to say he's the exception is only saying he's the exception in terms of him having a great career out of what he came through. We don't know how he is as a person. We don't know how he is when he goes home at night. Like I think that's the part of the problem is excuse me, a part of the problem we're measuring a lot of stuff based off of if you end up successful in making money, but there's so much more to life than just that. He could be depressed, Quentin. He could be horrible to his girlfriend or his kids or his whomever.
Correct.
Um, so I don't know. I get it. I've talked to a lot of guys who have this mindset that your childhood has like no impact on your life,
yeah, that's
but
bullshit.
I just don't think that that's fair to say. And I think a great example, I don't know if y'all know Mike Tyson's story, but if you listen to Mike Tyson talk about his story, he would say like, nah, some
Yeah.
of the stuff that I went through and the way people um helped to breed me was messed up. Now I ended up being who I was, yes, but he was like I was a effed up person for a long, long time. So what are we really measuring success and exception from? That's my thing. She was horrible.
Yeah, but
So
guess what? Quinn could have 9 toes, right? Quinn could have 9 toes, but we only talk about what we know. So from what we see, this man is doing pretty good. And then in comparison to the situation that other young boys that's raised in that, we know for a fact that they do not be in the position that Terrence Crawford is now. That's a fact.
yeah,
No,
I know.
but I think logic. What you guys are saying, in my opinion, is a given. Anybody who watched that mother, who thinks that that cannot have a negative impact on anybody, I gotta question like your judgment. So I think it's
When
obvious that there will be people who are totally effed up from having a mother at that who is she was proud. Like he wanted to hear me say I love you. Nope, didn't say it. I don't understand how people can't just say, nah, that was just wrong. Just straight up, that was wrong.
yep. Go
Okay,
ahead,
so let me ask
Anton.
y'all a question. Do y'all think that my father was more passive and more chill? My mother was tough as fuck.
mm,
My mother was tough as fuck. I mean,
mhm.
tough as fuck. And all of us turned out phenomenal. Every last one of me and my brothers, we have all turned out to be incredibly successful. And we are very, very thankful for our mother being hard on us, being tough on us,
Did she
the whole me.
did she display love, Anton?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that she didn't have love. She absolutely had love, but she was tough as fuck. I
Can
What's
I
mean,
tough?
she
ask you
was
a
What's tough
quick
to you?
question,
What's tough
Anton?
logic? I mean,
Yeah,
Would
Anton.
you
but was she tough
categorize
standard wise or was she
what he
tough
was
mean?
Hold
would
on.
you categorize what
There's
the
a very
mom
fine
was
line.
just saying as tough?
I think there's a very fine line between tough and love, right? You're saying tough, which is fine, right? But to be tough and not show any type of love, compassion, empathy, or whatever for your child, especially when they're yearning for a certain fucking thing from his parents, right? That's something different. That's why I asked
Yeah.
earlier, did she display love to you, Anton? Because
here's the thing.
if
I'm
go ahead.
going based. I'm just like Litza. I'm going purely. I didn't watch the documentary. I'm going purely off of what it is that I seen, as far as what Q showed on the thing.
Yep, yep.
My mom was tough. Like
What's tough though, Anton? I highly doubt your mom was shitty like her. Because
I didn't say
I've
shitty. I
seen
said she
videos,
tough, and we appreciated her for it.
but there's nothing wrong with being tough though. There's a
But that's
difference,
why I
right?
asked, would you describe the way the mom was talking in that video as tough, Anton?
We only seen a small clip of it where
Well,
she
what
said
she
yes,
said, you're
no,
not
or
gonna. Would your mom say you're not gonna amount to anything, Anton? That's not tough.
I'll give you an example. So when we got whoopings, we didn't get the type of whoopings that most other people got. We got real whoopings.
I mean, I don't consider that tough though. Like that's
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him
That's
finish.
discipline. That's not.
Yeah, let him know. Let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead,
No.
Anton.
Y'all think that discipline is punishments, groundings,
no.
whoopings with a
Let
belt.
Anton
I'm
talk.
talking about with a motherfucking extension cord.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't know what real discipline is. Y'all don't know what real life. A lot of these people is cupcakes. And so the question that I didn't have, right, is I see so many feminine men now. I see so many weak guys. I see guys that are not prepared for life. They have no level of discipline. They don't understand what it really means to lead. They look to lean into their femininity more than their masculinity. And so the question that I have is, when I see women raising men today, everything is, oh, I love you. Oh my God, what happened to you? Oh, you fell. Let me pick you up. Let me kiss your boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I see. I see an army of people that is being raised to be little girls.
I think you're going to the other extreme though,
Yeah.
Wait,
and
wait,
you
wait,
still
wait,
have
wait,
not.
wait,
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 hold
wait,
on,
wait,
hold
wait,
on,
wait,
hold on,
wait.
hold on, because Anton still did not answer my question. I really want to know from what we all saw with what the mom said in the video. Would you consider the way she was talking and the way that he described his mom to be? Would that be classified as tough, or is that beyond tough?
I
Tough
think
or toxic?
that
Tough or toxic?
it depends, right?
It's the
I'm gonna
dick
say
tip of crossing the line.
I
And
think
then
it
answer the
depends.
fucking question.
I think it depends based off of what the intention was, and with such a small clip, I can't tell what the intention was. So if for example they say and they identified this guy as having a talent, and they say you're gonna be the toughest motherfucker in the world and you're gonna be a world class boxer, if she then goes out and say, yo, I'll pay anybody who can challenge my son and see what the fuck is going on, the context matters, right? But just having a small clip, if she was just saying, hey, beat this motherfucker up because I don't like him, that's one thing. If she's saying that, yo, whoever can challenge my son because I'm trying to make him be a world champion because I'm trying to be tough as a result of it, the why matters just as much as the intention, right?
Sure. But
So,
wait, Anton, we're not going to ignore the fact that he said that he was looking for his mama to just say simple things like, I love you. And did you say that? She said, nope.
I
So,
hear
so
that.
like,
I'm not ignoring that.
yeah, make sure we add that into the context. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I hear you. But children often at times don't know what it is that's best for them, and that's why they have parents. Now, I'm not saying that she's right or I'm not saying that she's wrong. What I'm saying is that we really don't have the context. But more importantly, I think that there's more men that's being raised to be weak than men that are actually being raised to be strong. And that's why you see an overwhelming amount of people that's operating in their femininity. They don't know what it means to stand tall on something. Every time you see the first sign of issues, they run. See, let me tell you what I think. I think that Logic and Quest, um, as far as their masculinity, had the benefit of actually experiencing life even beyond their parents, and that they were, they did serve, right? So they had a level of discipline and they had a level of masculinity that was also extended into them even into their adulthood. Most of these guys don't have that benefit, right? They're raised by people that's coddling them, and every time they get into trouble or every time something go wrong, they coddle them. If somebody cuss them out at their school, they mama's overshowering them with love, and they gonna cuss the teacher out and all of this shit. And what I see is weakness. And I think that men need to suffer. They need to have that shit drilled out of them. And again, I can't speak extensively to what she was doing, but I see a lot of weakness,
I
And
mean,
everybody is crying, and everybody is feminine, and everybody is mad. And every time they get mad at somebody, they go on Instagram and they talk about them and all of this other type of shit. I see a lot of weakness in a lot of people, and that shit wasn't driven out of them when they was children, and they don't know how to operate in their masculinity when they become adults.
But see,
Right.
this is the thing, right? She got lucky. This is why I said she got lucky. He was raised in the hood, and a lot of times fights end bad. Like you just ain't gonna pay somebody to whoop your son ass, and it all end up in just peaches and cream, right? Motherfucker get a
Right.
bat, motherfucker get all kind of shit. So it's an extension to
Fair.
it. Like I said, if she did it to where it was like, okay, I'm gonna put this in a boxing ring, and I want you to beat his ass in a boxing ring. She was picking little niggas in the hood, according to the conversations
Mhm.
in the neighborhood, picking little niggas in the neighborhood. Hey, here go $100, you beat my son ass, and listening to the conversation, and
So why did she
especially
do that though, Logic? Why did she do that?
say that again.
Why did she do that?
Because I think a lot of times, look, because just like you, I got whoopers with stitcher cords. I got all kind of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I get whoopers by shit called a rubber. You know the little stopper in front of the door that stopped the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, them motherfuckers hurt. But
There's an echo.
oh, hello? All right,
Go
still
Go
ahead.
ahead.
there?
Go ahead,
All
Logic.
right. My me thinking about it, and I have a similar situation, not as drastic, right? Why would she do that? Because I would say she wasn't ready to be a mother, and she don't know how to be a mother. This is the determining factor for me.
Mhm.
When I look at her and see her talk and listen to her son talk, I said they
Different.
was in a fucked up situation where his mom wasn't prepared to be a mother. His mom, like I said, everything she said was absent of moral codes. It had no
Let me
moral
ask you a
codes in
question,
that.
Logic. Do you think that African or immigrant parents are fucking tougher than American parents?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Let me ask y'all another question. In yesteryear,
Because
when we didn't,
you got when you classify things like tough and tough love, you got to like look what you might consider tough love. Somebody else don't consider that tough love.
is it more important to get the results or is it more? Okay, let me revise it then. Let me revise the question. Um, in
Ask
yesteryear,
that question, Anton. Say.
well, hold on. Let me add this. Let me
Go
ask
ahead. I'm
this one.
sorry.
In yesteryear, when we you got a lot of
Logic. I mean, Quest. Are you on Bluetooth? Because we can hear echo.
It's because he's in his car speakers.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
and
Bluetooth.
yesteryear when we was in before we had all of this technology to coddle us and we had to actually do shit. Um, boys were men at much earlier ages. I mean, they were literally considered like you had to get out and do shit. You had to make sure that if you didn't fight, you didn't eat. If you didn't hunt, you didn't eat. And boys were considered men at much earlier ages in that they had to go and contribute into the household and shit. And so a lot of people would consider that abuse if we had to look back in yesteryear and see how it is that those guys were raised in order for them to be able to survive. And they would throw them out there. And you either sink or swim. Would y'all still consider that abuse by
No,
today's
because you
I
you
don't
trying to
think a
No.
you
lot of
trying to
people would consider
conflate.
that abuse.
Yeah, you're trying to conflate hard
No, I'm
work.
asking because they weren't raised to be loving and nurturing and all of that shit. They were raised to be survivalists.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
you're still talking about hard work. See,
Mhm.
when you're talking about what she was doing, it's more like she was sabotaging her son. She, like I said, she got lucky.
She didn't.
She
She
literally
got
got
real
lucky.
lucky.
But
Sabotaging her son.
Logic.
Hey,
You
wait,
said
wait.
it. She wasn't ready to be a mother, right? She
Let me
said
ask
it
a
in the
question because
video. She
I
didn't
don't
know
have the
how to
whole
I want
love.
to hear that
context
shit,
for her.
Q.
I don't have the whole context for her. She just the jump off point of the conversation.
Yeah,
Let me
but
just ask this question: do y'all think that men today are weaker than they were in yesteryear?
yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
I've
Why?
been saying that.
their upbringing.
because
Broken
They
it's
ain't
home.
getting
not.
their ass whooked in the streets.
So
No.
I'm.
And they
The
don't have a
society is
father
weak.
figure. They don't have disciplinary. And then I got to say this: whenever, like, I don't
Everybody
know,
weak.
I used to get tied to the bed and had a belt whipped across me. So like, I've been in different homes and stuff like that. But like, the thing is that even through all of my whatever childhood, at the end of the day, when it came to like a woman disciplinary, I was not afraid. What if my dad had something to say about it? I was afraid. So like I think that I keep saying Terrence is like, he's different because like Anton, exactly what you're saying. The fact that I absolutely agree. I think that the majority, I don't know what percent, I just think that there's a lot more weaker male masculine, like even the fathers I think are a lot weaker or they're more passive and stuff like that. And like it's a combination of both our society being like, we'll call CPS on you if we see you, you know, discipline your children in public. Like I don't see parents discipline their kids in public. I used to get my ass beat in the
Everybody,
middle of the grocery store. Like
I think
I'm like,
But a
everybody.
dude.
lot of people would
So
consider that.
like, yeah, nowadays that's why I'm agreeing with you when I'm saying that that's a reason why a lot of these dudes nowadays are way more uh soft.
But I
But
guess the
Terrence,
question
he's a
that
little
I'm
bit
wondering
older,
is that
so like
complaining about the technical abuse, or are y'all complaining about the lack of confirmation and love? Is what I'm wondering.
well, that's why I said like I just don't understand like the whole context thing because like if it was her intention to be like I'm gonna make him the best fighter that I possibly can and I can't show him love, then
Yeah.
yes, that was a fine line she was walking and it was a
No.
really dangerous
Like,
thing to
listen,
do.
Wait. No,
Look,
Anton,
hold
what
on.
you said is one and the
I'm
same,
coming to
though,
you,
brother.
Quest. But look at the screen. A man says, I don't think spanking is as effective as taking these kids' toys works well.
Well,
This
that's
is
on
the
him.
sentiment. This is the sentiment.
And like
I
even
think it
to flip
depends on the
this,
kid.
like y'all are
This is
getting on
sentiment.
me for being okay with this. Are you guys okay with disciplining, spanking your kid?
Yes, I got
So,
spanked. I got
so
whooped. I
Yeah.
it
turned out
works
perfectly
that
fine.
your own parent hits you, and that's better.
I no, I okay.
Yes.
My parent hits me. Fucking wears my ass out. What the fuck you
I
think that do to kids,
No, I turned out perfectly fine.
nigga? Okay,
I say the same
well,
thing.
I mean,
More kids,
like what the fuck?
more kids need they ass whooped. You got these kids cursing out these adults. You got these kids acting like they grown. You have parents and are
No,
not
it's okay
parenting.
for your
And
own people to
no,
hit
but
you, but not
that's
other
the
people. That you
problem.
don't
This
see it. That
mother,
whole
she wasn't.
psychological
But Quinn,
thing.
hold
You
on.
can say the same thing. You can say the same.
This mother
psychology.
here was not a mother, right? She took on more of the masculine role, right? More what a boy should get from his father. More of the tough love. That's what that's what I'm
I'm talking
thinking.
about psychology. He's getting
Psychology,
his
what?
ass whooped by
No,
strangers
I
as
got
opposed to
both.
him getting his
Hold
ass
on,
whooped by his own parents.
let him
But
say his
listen,
point. Q. Let him say let him
What?
say his point. Go ahead, Quinn.
I would like to say, which did you think is more psychologically damning? This person who's supposed to love me beating my ass, or a random nigga in the streets?
What random guy in the street? What are you
You
talking
said
about?
he's getting beat up. What you talking about?
Yeah, no. But there's a difference, Quinn. Don't conflate the fucking
There's
topic
a
right now.
difference.
What you're
Okay.
saying is if he just randomly got beat up by some random nigga in the street. No, she was paying niggas to beat
To
her
beat
son's
him
ass.
up.
That's something completely different, dog. Don't conflate
Did he
that.
know this? Did he know that his mom
Yes.
was doing this?
Yes, he did know this. What does it matter? Of course he knew this. She was finding kids to whoop his ass.
So the
I
father
would
was in
break
the
shit.
household.
I would break shit in the house and get a whooping. That's my fault. I
The
would break shit
father
in
was in
the
the
I'm
house.
sorry that your
household.
parents hit you. I'm sorry.
That's
No.
discipline. No,
Was
it's
his
totally
father in
different.
his household, or was they separated?
No, the father would. I don't know. I don't know the full situation on that. But let me get to the
See, that's the
superstar.
thing. We gotta get more context because yeah, I think that she may have been wrong with the small clip that she said as far as like she had no kind of love or whatever that she was extending. Because even when I got disciplined because she didn't want me to end up in the streets. And so it was an act of love, and that was also communicated along with the discipline, right? But then at the same time, I still think that a lot of these people are very, very weak. I think that they've been coddled. I think that all their life they was told that they was special. They was told that they can get a participation trophy no matter what it is that they did. All they had to do was show up. They passed grades without actually being, the possibility of failing. They knew that they
I
couldn't
agree.
fail.
I agree with it. I agree
It
with
was no child left behind. They had no discipline when they got home. They could cuss their teachers out. Nothing
Yeah.
was going to them.
And then they end up in dresses. And then
I
people wonder
would
why.
prefer for the tougher love. I would prefer for the tough fucking love than the coddle shit, because that's not love, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.